Our Rand Water spokesperson Makinosi Maru joins us now with the latest updates on the water maintenance in Johannesburg. Thank you so much for your time and good afternoon, Makinosi. So we understand, of course, that more disruptions are expected across Gauteng as this maintenance continues from yesterday. Bring us up to speed in terms of just how the work is progressing and exactly how widespread it is.
Good afternoon, Nathan. Good afternoon to your viewers. Well, actually, we started on the 29th of May, so that was the first phase of the maintenance. So that's where we were cleaning reservoirs, we were changing valves. When you talk about the reservoir that we cleaned, it was the Sasol reservoir. Then we also added meters in Russell Road. So we took a gap, so we were just spacing out so that the system can recover. Now we are on the second phase of the maintenance. This is what we're doing in the moment. A number of municipalities are impacted. We started yesterday, and we've been getting calls, people wanting to know how far we are, what's happening. Just to explain with the maintenance process, we need to be closing all the valves before we even start with maintenance. And then we need to scour and drain the water before, then we can start with maintenance. So by tomorrow we'll be able to give you an indication, but so far we are on time, we are on schedule. That's where we are at the moment.
All right, so the maintenance will ideally start after this pre-planning is completed. Give us a sense then in terms of how long your maintenance will last. We understand and appreciate, of course, that this is a major infrastructural maintenance that you are currently conducting. But how long will it take?
All right, let's start with the Egenhof system, which will affect the city of Johannesburg. It's going to take 48 hours, but we'll still be pumping from Egenhof. We're going to be reducing the load to 600 millimeters per day for 48 hours. Then when it comes to swap copies, that's where we will not be pumping at all for 50 hours. We have spoken to municipalities to be able to assist us so that we are able to have water, obviously, for the residents. So swap copies will be the one that will not have water for 50 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we understand, of course, that a lot of residents in Johannesburg particularly will be impacted. I mean, we're speaking here about a number of these areas that will be affected due to the Egenhof and Zwartkopies bulk water supply systems that you are currently going to be working on. And they include, of course, not just to mention a few, Soweto, Randburg, Roodepoort, Lenasia, Crown Gardens, the Commando system, Brixton, Hurst Hill, and Crosby, just to name a few. Which other parts in close proximity to Johannesburg will be affected? When we speak about Gauteng, we understand, of course, that some parts of the Northwest Province may also be affected.
You're correct. Some parts of Northwest will be impacted. We're talking about the Royal Bafokeng. We're talking about the mines, Rustenburg. We're talking about some parts of Madibeng, and then if you go to the west, we're talking about Mohale City, Rand West, and other industries. Those will be impacted. However, I would like to emphasize that we are still going to be pumping. It's only swap copies where we will not be pumping for 50 hours. For Palmit and Egenhof, we will still be pumping. Obviously, we're going to reduce the amount of water that we are pumping. For both systems, there will still be water.
So in actual fact, SWAT copies, the 50 hours will then commence by the end of day, starting tomorrow. I just want to be clear in terms of how long it will take for systems to be fully recovered.
All right, SWAT copies, we started yesterday on the 30th at 5 a.m. So as we speak, we are currently busy, and we have promised that we will be complete, will be done within the 50 hours. So we are going to be finishing on the 2nd of July around 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. Yes.
And Makonisa, just given the fact that you had started essentially since May doing this major infrastructural work, just, give us a lay of the land in terms of how the infrastructure is looking like at the moment. Are these maintenance projects helping? And also, where will we start seeing a recovery so that we don't see 50-hour, 48-hour works being done at such a large space, in terms of when you look at just the areas that will be affected in the Gauteng and Northwest provinces?
Okay. We are seeing improvement in terms of our infrastructure. We know that our plants, they are always available. We also have increased capacity. Remember, with Station 5 at Segerbosch, at our water treatment plant, we have increased capacity. That means we are able to supply more water. But also with maintenance, and it will always have maintenance around the winter months. Rainwater has 60 reservoirs, so we have to maintain, we have to clean. So it takes time. Every year there will be a number of reservoirs that we're cleaning. We need to change our valves. So it's going to be a continuous cycle so that we ensure that our infrastructure works properly. We are able to have a network that is prepared for the high demand season.
All right, Makinosi Maru, thank you so much for your time. Rand Water spokesperson, just giving us the latest there in terms of the major water maintenance happening in and around Johannesburg.